Okay, great. Recording started. Fantastic. Okay, morning. Welcome to an online session this morning. This is a Toddle Information Session, so hopefully a session where we're going to be able to show you the different apps, what you need to do, how to use them, and basically how to navigate the platform to find out information for your child, and also to keep up to date with all things from school. Now, just a quick premise, the internet, as we all know in the region, is a bit sketchy right now. So if this call does cut, or if we have issues, or the tech's not working, the call will just end, and then what we'll do is make a video instead and reschedule like an in-person one in a couple of weeks' time. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we should be fine today. But if not, that's what will happen. So let's hope the internet holds out for us. So in today's session, we're going to go through, like I said, different family apps. We're going to go through what you need to look at, the student app, family app, and then also what sort of things are included currently in Toddle and we use here in the junior school. For those of you that weren't in the session last week, I'm Mr. Bowden, the PYP coordinator here, and also Chief Toddle man. All things Toddle come through me usually. So if you've got any problems or any queries, you can always message me, and I'm happy to assist you with those. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So in today's session, we're going to look at three main elements. We're going to look at the sort of Toddle admin side, sort of how you do your life admin for school, whether it be calendar, schedules, things like that. We're going to look at the communication, how the platform communicates with you as a parent, both as a parent and also to the students. And then finally, we're going to look at home learning as well and how you access homework, what that looks like. And then right at the end of the session, we've got time for some Q&As as well. So hopefully it should be everything that you need. And if you do have questions throughout the session, please put them in the chat. I'm happy to answer them as I go. And obviously I'll answer it at the end as well, so no problem at all. All right, let's get cracking. So first things first, there are three main Toddle apps that you need to know about. There is a red icon, a purple icon, and a teal icon. Now the red icon is for us as teachers here at school. That's what we use. It's called Toddle Educator, and that allows the teachers to upload the learning, grade the students, do the portfolio posts, so on and so forth. So you don't need to really worry about the red one. That's purely for us at school. The two apps you'll be interested in, or the devices, are the purple icon, which is the family app, and the teal icon, which is the student app. Now you need to, if you're in pre-KG, KG1, you need to have the family app only currently. And if you're in KG2 up, so KG2 through to grade 5, the students will also need the student app as well. So in KG1 pre-K, it's not used currently, we don't need it. But if it's KG2 up, then the teal app will be used, well, the student app. Now, again, you should have already had your different codes sent home. So if you were an existing parent, you should still be logged in from yesterday. Yesterday from last year, sorry, apologies. And if you are a new parent, you should have been given your codes as well to actually use and to make sure that you can still log into the app. There's two ways to log in. The first is through a QR code, and the second is through a text code. Now, both work. They do the same job. Once you're logged in, you should stay logged in. If you do have problems logging in, or you've not been able to access the apps yet, you've not been given your codes, please reach out to your class teacher first and foremost, because they have your codes. And if you need any further assistance after that, you can reach out to myself, and my email will be at the end of the slides as well, so you can actually use that and see what it looks like. Okay, just checking. We've got 60 people in, which is fantastic. Just see if there's any questions so far. No, good. There's nothing's popped in yet, so we'll make sure we can crack on with the live demonstration, all being well. So if you want, I know you probably appreciate you're on your device. You're probably watching this either on your phone or something similar. If you're watching on a different device and you've got your phone handy, please do grab that, because then I'll be able to walk you through step by step what the apps look like as well. We'll come to all the codes at the end, don't worry, just put the questions there and we'll go through those. So the live demonstration, here is what you need to do. We're going to be focusing on the family app today, which is the purple one. The student app is very similar, but the family one is where most of your information is to be centered. So this is the purple icon. You should have that app, all being well. And if you do have the app, that's what I'm talking about today. So I'm just going to swap my screen so you can see my device, and we can go from there. Window, share. So here it loads, perfect. So this is the test account at school. This is actually my family account, but I've added a test student just to show you today what it should look like for you as a parent or as a carer. Now, in the app itself, there are some sections we need to go through. Like I said, we're going to do admin first, then we're going to do communication, and finally home learning. So from an admin side, here's the first things you need to know. If you have more than one student, so if you're a parent of multiple students here at NL Sister Buy, you can swap students here by hitting the drop down, and you'll see every student you've got here. So that's my daughter's account, this is a test account. And to add a new student, you'd need to come up here to the top left where your letter of your name is. It's my first name's here. I click down here, I go down to Manage Children. Once I click on Manage Children, you can then add a child, either scan the QR code or put the text code in. It won't work, so I'm currently mirroring my phone, but that's how you'd add a child. And as I said before, you can then swap children with a drop down just here on the main app. You also have a list of all the classes your child is attached to. Now, I'm currently in test class. If I swap to my daughter's class quickly, you'll see those classes update. So she's in Hoopos, and then they have 2 classes in KG1. And if you're in grades 1 and up, you'll be in more classes such as MFL and Arabic, etc. So they're listed down here. Now, their main homeroom class should be listed first. So for example, if their test student is currently in Desert Ants class, you'll also see there's a PE class, Arabic and MFL in the grade 2 example. There'll also be a music class coming, and you may have other classes that are added to throughout the year as well. So you kind of end up with about 4 to 5 classes depending on which grade you're in. So this is where you see the classes, and again, you can jump to different classes, see different things. From a next admin point of view, we're looking at the calendar and scheduler next. These are 2 things that are going to help you with events. Now, if you click on the calendar, it's going to show you the school calendar and events that are appropriate to you, as in this example, a grade 2 parent. Now, any events that are in this sort of bluey teal color are junior school events, such as a junior school book fair, the uniform sale. We're currently in the Toddle session right now, and there's also Meet the Teacher for lower junior later on today. As we go through, you also see that things like homework, we'll come to later, if they are tagged and they're dated, they've got a due date, it'll also appear in the calendar as well. So you can track that through the calendar. If there's a specific event just for your grade or just for your phase at school, it will be a different color, slightly like an orangey color. This is an example here, grade 2's trip to Jamja coming up in a couple of weeks. So all events will be listed here. It also tells you week B, week A, so you always know which week you're in. And as events get added, they'll be added into here for your ease. You can also click on the number up here and it'll take you back to today's date. You can also change the view as well. If you want to see more of like an agenda-based view, you can click on the agenda icon. If you want to see a list view, click on the list as well. It's sort of easy to do both. You can also filter events as well. So you click on the filter button, which was just there in the top right. You can then filter events, choose what you want to see, different parts of the school as well, and what's been tagged or which classes it's for as well. So you can then again differentiate by class as well. So that's the school calendar, and that's updated. So all events should be correct in the school calendar. We are slowly moving, as you know, we've changed systems recently from Microsoft to Google. So there may be a few events that are slightly out of sync, but as a general rule, Toddle calendar should be the most up-to-date version. So if there's an event, it will be in here and it should be listed for you to be able to see. Going back to the homepage, if you go next to the next part, which is scheduler. Now, if you were here last year, this was called timetables. It's slightly changed from last year. So if you click on scheduler, and it should open up the timetable for the class. Now, we've had a few emails about this. There's a bit of confusion because it has changed from last year. This is a Desert Ants current timetable for today. So they had pastoral time, they're currently in Arabic, about to go to maths, and they've got breaks, so on and so forth. So you can sort of see their list of their activities there, and you can go day by day as well. So I can skip to the next day and see what's tomorrow as well. Now, if you don't see that, it's because when you go to the filter section just here on the top right, your class, you need to make sure the homeroom class is selected. So that's the class they're in with their main teacher. For example, this one, Mr. Roberts, hence why Desert Ants is selected. If I selected Arabic, for example, there's no timetable listed for Arabic, so it's a single lesson. So that's why you might see this screen. So you see the screen looks like this. You need to click on the filter icon and make sure you select their actual class that they go with their homeroom teacher. So they're the 2 main admin parts for now. We're going to move on now to communication. So in communication, also in admin, you have notifications as well, part of communication. So if you ever think you missed something, you're not sure, if you click the bell at the top right here, it will list anything that's been attached to your child or from school as well. So you can see here, as a parent, I see both sides. So Miss Treese is my daughter's teacher, so I can see everything here. And you can see that there's an event reminder as well. Now, if you want to quickly clear these, you can click this icon here, which will clear all your notifications. If you click this icon here, it will show you just your primary notifications or announcements. You can see just important things that have been said, and you can change your filter settings just there as well. And finally, in the settings, some of these are locked because they're done by us as a school, but some of them you have control of as well. So you can see when certain things are done. Portfolio post, for example, will come to you in a second. So if things are enabled for push, that means you'll get a notification to your mobile device or whichever device you're using to show you what that looks like. So that's notifications. Sorry, back to where we were. So we're on now to communication. Now, communication predominantly from school currently is a one-way on Toddle. We have in the past done some tests, and we've done a test in terms of looking at, can we get some messaging into Toddle so you can message a class teacher? It's something we're still exploring, just around what that looks like. So we may have another test this term coming up with a couple of classes, and we're just always reviewing the best ways to use the technology and make your communication with the teachers as seamless and easy as possible. But for now, it's just announcements on the main way. So announcements are effectively a one-way system where us as a school can message you. You often see announcements from myself or from Ms. Dybel as the PA to junior school. Now, if you go to announcements tab, you will see any announcements being sent to you as a parent. You'll see, so Mr. Roberts sent some, I've sent some, Ms. Dybel sent some. Now you can mark all as read if you read them. Again, if you click this button, all will be marked as read as you go through. If you see an announcement and you want to check it out, it's all here for you to see. And you can also search and filter. So if you filter, you can see who sent the announcement. You can do it by date as well, or by class. So it's been sent to you as a class, or it's been sent to you as a grade. And as I said, you can search. So if we search for, I'm sure there'll be a traffic one somewhere. No traffic announcements, that's good for us. So there's lots of different ways you can search, reset, and go through there. All your announcements here are dated and they won't disappear. They'll stay for the academic year, so you can see them as well. There's no way, if someone just asked a question, can you mark it as an unread announcement? If you marked all as read, there's no way to mark as unread currently on the app. So that's a good question, but you can't mark it as unread if you've already read it. But all the announcements live in here and you can save them and search for them as well. I hope the pace is okay so far. We're going through different parts of the app. Now, progress reports is another form of communication where you get 3 reports throughout the year. If you hear us last year, you can still access last year's reports, and I'll show you how in a second. But progress reports are coming out. So you have your first one in December. Your second one will come out just after student-led conferences around sort of just for Easter time, and your third one sort of end of June. Currently, there's no progress reports because there's been no report issued yet this term. But if you want to see last year's reports because you want to check what happened last year or you want to keep a copy of them, what you would do is, again, come to the letter, the top left for your family name or your personal name. Here you'll see curriculum and year. So currently we're in the present year, which is 25-26. If I click on that, if I swap children first because test didn't exist last year. I go back to my child, so you can see if we go back to 25-26, you'll see 2024-25. So I can click on this, and I'm now back in last year's learning. So she was in pre-KG then. And I've now got 3 progress reports and her old class. All her portfolio posts are still there. All her reports are still here, and any announcements, anything that was sent last year is all still saved, so you can view it when you want to. You do need to go back to the current year to get update information, so please make sure you do come back to the current year when you need to do that. Just go back to that now. Perfect. Okay, we're making good progress with progress reports. Now, home learning. Home learning is going to be set, or should be set in week 3. So as we're currently in week 3 now, you should have home learning being set this week. Home learning will appear both with the student app for the students, but as a parent, you can also see the tasks set to the student as well by clicking this icon here, assignments and deadlines. You'll currently see one item is pending. That means there's a task that's due or has not been submitted yet to the teacher. So by clicking on this, you'll then see this, this view here, which is your assignments and deadlines. You'll see your to-dos, you'll see any not submitted. So if your child has missed their submission, and you'll also see what they have completed as well. So you can again check back on what they've done as well. So in this example, there's homework's been set, or example homework, it's due on Friday at 7:45. So I can click on the task and it shows me exactly what I need to do on the task. Now, what you'll notice here is you can't actually respond in the parent app. Okay, there's no way to respond in the parent app because the homework's not assigned to you as a parent. Okay, so it's for the child to complete. So on the student app, they will have buttons here that will exist, which say things like submit your work or click on certain links. You as a parent can see what they've done, and you can see if they have submitted or not. You can see their response as well. So if they've done the thing, you can see it here. And if there's any messages from the teacher as well, you can also see them here between the teacher and the student. They will also appear here, but you can't submit the work on their behalf. It's a question you've had in the past. You have to submit work through the student app. You can't submit it through the parent app. So I hope that makes sense. And you, again, can filter work based on class. So if you've had work assigned by Arabic, for example, or MFL, if you're higher up in the school, you can also assign, filter and look at assignments that way as well. In terms of the rest of the app, it's all hopefully pretty self-explanatory. If we go into the class itself, you're going to see the portfolio post. This is where you get a chance to see the learning your child has done at school. The portfolio should all be updated, so they're updated regularly. Sometimes there's videos, pictures, sometimes there's voice notes, and a lot of it will come from your child itself, which is really exciting. So please do check in. You can leave hearts and leave comments, the kids can see them as well. Now, again, a question we get asked all the time is, can you download the pictures and videos from Toddle? Currently, no, you cannot. This is due to sort of our own school policy of safeguarding. So we have lots of group-based pictures. We have lots of times where there might be people that we can't share photos about. So because Toddle's an in-school communication system, they're not being shared to the wider world. That's why currently downloading pictures is not an option directly through Toddle itself. But again, we're always reviewing policies. So if that does change, I will let you know in the future, but for now, you can't actually physically download the pictures. But you can see all your portfolio posts here. Again, you can search, you can filter, so it's always an option. You can swap classes as well. So if, let's say you want to see the PE pictures or Arabic portfolio, you can also do that as well. You'll also notice that assignments has its own tab here as well. So in the class itself, so this shows you how the homework for this class only, so you can see what's being done. And then currently units, this is nothing that we don't use this feature yet. And this is how we've shared recently the curriculum overviews with you. So again, as a parent, you should have received the curriculum overview, like a blue document I shared recently via Toddle. And that should give you an oversight of what's happening in term 1. So rather than this feature here, we've sent those versions to you instead. Now that's everything I need to show you on the app that's been done so far. Now, I appreciate it's only 20 minutes in. I did tell you it won't be too long this session. I'm going to jump to the comment section now. And see, I think there's a few questions that have popped in. So I'm just going to go through those and have a look and answer as many as I can. If you do have a question, now's your chance to pop it into the chat. As I said, this session is being recorded. I'm going to terminate the recording shortly, just because then we keep the video concise, and I'll go through the questions. Yeah, so someone asked about, is today's call will be in the calendar? Yeah, so from now on, we've actually ability to link our Google Meet to the Toddle calendar. So you'll be able to go on the calendar itself and directly click the meeting link, and it'll take you straight to the meeting. So yeah, great question. So the calendar will have those links directly embedded, and be easy for you to actually link straight in. Someone asked about family codes. I can deal with that individually, it's fine. If there's any other questions, please do put them in the chat. I'm happy to answer. If not, then you are free to go. Thank you for your time. I hope it's given you a bit of an insight into the Toddle Family app and what it can do and what you'll need it for here at school. If you have individual questions or you want to ask any more questions, please do stay. I'm happy to talk to you and answer your questions. Otherwise, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you. Some of you see tonight, and some of you will see tomorrow at the teacher events as well. So if you've got personal questions you want to speak as well, we can do that as well. So I'm going to end the recording just now, but please stay on and chat if you want to. I'm more than happy.